What's going on? Move the Mouse back in City Skylines with some new DLC. So there is a bundle out, $11.99 in the US, if you want to get 2 radio stations, 2 content packs. I'm going to be taking a look at the 2 content packs specifically today. And I think we'll have the 80s downtown beat in the background as well. So the music that you hear in today's episode is one of the new radio stations. Again, you can get them all individually, but there is a bundle if you're interested. Now, regardless of whether or not you get any of the new DLC, you might be getting some additions to DLC that you already have. So there's a bunch of new streets, and depending on what DLCs you have is what you'll unlock. So there's a bunch of new pedestrian streets, which also cover trams if you have plazas and promenades and snowfall. If you have just after dark, you get a bunch of decorative roads that we didn't have access to before that have bike lanes. And if you have snowfall and after dark, some tram and bike lane combos, as well as a tram, bus, and bike road. So all kinds of options, and then a ton of options with snowfall. There's new buses, there's new trams. And of course, there is also Skyscrapers and Heart of Korea content creator packs to check out. So what do those get us? Well, Skyscrapers name pretty much says it all, right? It's a bunch of skyscrapers. We'll take a look at that. I believe they are uniques. Did something offline. Sorry, this was gutted a couple episodes ago, and I built just a silly little framework here for what will be a pedestrian network, and also tram depot there, and the road around it is 4-lane, but there's also another 4-lane tram road that kind of cuts through the middle. So we'll be able to do some fun stuff with that. So let's go pop over to our uniques first. And we've got actually a couple new tabs here. They're not cramming them all into one tab as they used to, which is really nice. So you can clearly see what each pack entails. And check this out. So Australia Triangle Building, Australia Poly Building. I think we get there's slightly smaller variants of some of the buildings. Right, so they come in pairs basically in a lot of cases. But man, there's a ton of stuff. So money-wise, it's actually not going to be cheap. They're pretty expensive, and there's a lot of them to put in, right? But essentially, what do these do? They provide entertainment value. They provide a little bit of noise pollution. So I think we just start moving them in. I think this is the tallest one. This one with the opening at the top. So let's find a good spot for this one. Let's see. I like it better when they kind of sit squarely on blocks. Would be nice, but apparently I made them all one block too wide, one unit too wide on all these. That one's actually perfect right there. So there we go. Look at the size of this thing. Oh my god. So let's get a look at this. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's walk down here. Where? Apparently we're here. So this is the view from one of the Green Cities buildings, one of the previously tallest buildings in our map. If we go over here, right, this is the cathedral, and it just towers above it. It's crazy. So I meant to come down here and just gawk up at it. Does the camera even let us pan that high? It's insane. It's huge. I mean, okay, it's a skyscraper DLC. The buildings are big, mouse. Surprise, surprise. Let's see what we kind of look like with a whole palette of them here. So if we kind of spread these out a little bit, I think we're going to want to do some commercial down on the main drag there. I don't know if this is a big enough city to put all of this stuff in, but you know what? We'll find out. What kind of space are we saving on the backside here? That's ugly. That's really ugly. Let's not look around on foot too closely here, huh? And let's just drop it. Ooh, look at the size of this little guy. I shouldn't say little. That's okay. These are gonna cover each other up. We'll put them where we can. It doesn't look like I sized my blocks too appropriately for these. Probably do a better job next time. We'll save maybe a little bit of room here or there for plazas. Look at it. This is a shame. The terrain, I'm murdering the terrain here. Okay, we'll come face that way with the little guy. Look at this footprint. That's an odd one. So how do we get that right on the edge without overriding the road? Right there. Ugh. No. 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 Absolutely not. Is this going to be better if I put it there? It's not a lot better, that's for sure. We'll have to come in here and smooth some stuff out. Is this another? This is another adjacent. This could be right next to it. And we'll definitely have to come in and do some stuff to the landscaping. Or hopefully you forget about it and I can just let it slide. Either way. One or the other. We'll see what happens. If it's anything like last episode, I'll talk about it all episode, then not do it. Can we get right on the edge of that road? See, the nice thing is, even if we don't come in here and landscape, nothing a couple trees won't fix, where you won't see that problem anymore. So I'm going to pair these up when possible. So again, they have, you don't necessarily need to drop all these. And that's really unfortunate for all the windows in the center building. They would not be that close. There would be a plaza or something in between. So let's see. If we jump on over to here, let's find something. Let's find something that works. Does this have to straddle the road? It does. So this is going to be a very entertaining area with all these plazas and buildings. Okay, these are all across the road. I need something a little beefier. I guess that will work. Just to do a little bit of separation where we're not like right on top of one another there. Like that makes a little bit more sense. Now there's sun actually hitting the building as opposed to windows facing windows. Ooh. That's a big one. Can we get that in there? I guess there. I don't know if we're gonna have room for any actual buildings after this, like anything zonable, but we'll see. Okay, where are we lacking? Where is there a gap in coverage here? I think there. And we can come all the way down on this block. Ooh, that's a big one too. So little things like that we can fill in with some trees. And then let's get these together on a block somewhere. What do we got left here for space? Can we get this? Can we get this? Where can we do this? Here. And here? Oh, I thought those were a pair. Those didn't need to necessarily be next to one another. That's okay. We're going to cram a bunch of this stuff in. And then we're going to fill in around it with the new Heart of Korea DLC. So many buildings. I know one person in particular, Rich, who's going to be very excited about this DLC. This is just a really cool way, especially for console players, to add some big city style, if you will, to your builds. Where do we get this? Because obviously on PC you got the workshop. You could do that if you wanted to, you know. That's a cool little plaza built in there. It's a big footprint as a result, but that's okay. See, like those in a final build, I probably wouldn't put both those in. And if I was on PC and I'd move it, maybe I would do another tall one on the other side or another short one, you know, make it like a triple. Okay, we should spread these out just a little bit because I'm getting a little crazy with how I'm packing everything in here. But how many more do we have? Holy, okay. There's no shortage of buildings in the Skyscrapers DLC. I will say that. You certainly get your money's worth in this content pack. And speaking of getting your money's worth, right? I'm not in the habit of recommending DLCs too loosely. Like I know there's a lot of them, and I know there is, you know, not everybody has unlimited disposable income to spend on cities. So I like to give you a flavor of kind of what's going to happen with any DLC. And these are, and they've positioned, I say Paradox has positioned these as, you know, kind of mini expansions. And I think they priced them accordingly. Because if you look at, you know, what was Industries or Park Life was probably like 12, 13, 14 bucks. I should probably know, but I don't. But I know it's in the same price bracket as 2 radio stations and Korea and the Skyscrapers. So like you can get like a little addition if you want just the Skyscrapers, or I think for 12 bucks. I mean, I think it's a good value, especially when you look at all the buildings you can add in on console now. This is crazy. I don't even know if this is going to be efficient or effective or like what this is going to do, because technically it's a bunch of unique buildings that should bring in theory some tourists, but what are they going to do? How are they going to get here? I don't have my traffic networks all set up yet. This does not look physically, like in terms of physics, that does not look physically sound. But it's standing, so hopefully it stays standing. Is that a companion building to that? I feel like it is. Yeah, totally. So yeah, I mean, you may not use all these in a build. You may have, you know, you may use half of them, only the big ones. Or, I mean, really, if you're going to use the big ones, you can certainly slot the little ones in, but the big ones make quite a difference on your skyline. We're not doing this for design here. We're doing this to showcase all the buildings, and that is all the buildings. So let's get a look at our new profile. It's so big. It's so big. It's very hazy too over there. Okay, so what do we think? There's certainly some really cool buildings in there. I've obviously overdone it here. Speaking of overdoing it, let's get power connected. Water should already be done. Water is done. How do we get power over there? Can we go? I was gonna say, it's not gonna let me connect right there, is it? Where's it gonna let me connect? Where do we run? Do we just run over from here? It's fine. I don't want to break the rock. I don't have to. Let's do that for now. What happened with our traffic here? Why is this all backing up now? Where's everybody going? What? Are they all going up here now? Is this how they're getting from one side of the city to the other right now, and it's completely congesting the highway? We need another road is what we need. We need something coming over. We need metro under the water for sure. What is not connected power-wise? So from here to here. Oh, look at that. Look at that roundabout. That's nasty. This should settle down. And also, again, we've just made it so like a bunch of people want to come over here and travel back, and they don't have good routes. They don't have mass transit options. What do we have? We have a lot of demand for office and commercial. So commercial is the one that we're going to address first. So let's pause and This is not, again, this is not how things are going to stay in the final build. Don't get too used to this. Don't get too worried. This is just to check out the content creator packs today. And we're going to do a bunch of all these little smaller size buildings that I would normally put something else on. Why is that one square not zonable? We're just going to kind of see how this fills in the space along our kind of our main avenue here. That way we get a bunch of different variations on building size. I was thinking of turning this into a pedestrian area. So this way in, right, basically has a roundabout. And then kind of this highway approach. There's even a roundabout for the trams. Down here, right, where you could basically highway exit. I was thinking coming here for the pedestrian area service. And then vehicles could exit back out. So we will seriously... I think we're just going to come back in here with the building bulldozer and break it all. That's enough for, I think, to get us started. So into districts. And we can do this on districts, we can do this on a pedestrian area. But for now, I'm going to do this on a district. Large brush. Paint all of this. And now if we go to commercial specializations, is it not a specialization? Okay, so it's not a specialization. So if we go in and inspect the district and the style, we now should have, there we go, Heart of Korea. Changing the style, demolish buildings in the district before rebuilding them in the new style. We don't have any commercial buildings zoned in yet, so Heart of Korea will give us that. I think there was also some uniques on there too. So there's some Heart of Korea uniques. We may as well get these in before everything moves in so we can get a full sense of the scale of all this. My goodness. There's a lot of big buildings here. Where can we get this little plaza in, huh? I mean, it fits here, so let's do it. Just because. We're going to run out of room here. We'll put what we can where we can, and then we'll fill the rest in. This is a big one, too. What the heck? Oop, that fits on that block perfectly. So let's get a little bit of airspace in there. Ooh, look at this one. I wish I had a better spot for this. And we will come up with better spots for this instead of in the middle of a bunch of skyscrapers. The department store is a pretty big asset, it looks like. Wow. Definitely going to need to spare some more space for these. And then what is this one? Ujoy Entertainment Agency. That's a tiny one. It fits right there, so we'll do it. So, Skyscrapers, we dropped in all the uniques. Content Creator Pack, we dropped in Korea, we dropped in all the uniques. We're going to answer our commercial demand right now. 3 times speed. Losing a ton of money. All these uniques cost us a ton of money? And I have 30,000 people in the town, right? Yeah, these all have an upkeep, so we're actually absolutely destroying our budget right now to do this, and that's okay. We've spent about what, 4 million, 3 million, 3.5, plus we're tanking our budget. So this is not going in like this. Again, this is just for us to kind of take a look at and check out. We've already bottomed out our commercial demand, unfortunately. We should look at, I was going to say we should look at residential, but there's no point in really... Where can we get some residential in? Look at this. Look at this mess I made on the highway this episode. This is great. We were at 90% traffic. What are we at now? 43! So everybody comes here. And when they leave, they get on the highway, and now they're backing up that way. Why is all this traffic actually off map? Backing up. So they're wanting to come into the city. Can they not go? They could go left if they wanted to. I feel like there's an awful lot of traffic funneling around this way. And look, it's all in the left lane. It all wants to keep going. It's not getting off the highway. So when it gets down here... It's like, what is going on? I feel like a lot of the traffic coming in is going all the way around the city instead of exiting this way. Oh, when I rebuilt this, I forgot to put an exit going the right. So they are literally going all the way around the city. So, okay, this is going to be slop. But this is okay, because we need this. Can we do... What can we do? Good enough. Okay. Do that, and then do that. Holy cow. Yeah, I was not giving them away. That's why. Because everybody that wants to get there has to go that way. I didn't have an exit coming the other way. And I just did that backwards, so that doesn't really help either. So, okay. That will help traffic a little bit, but again, this is not staying this way. Why are we complaining about water? Are we at capacity finally? Or did we just miss? We just miss a little pocket in here. There we go. So we don't have the trams set up either. I should probably give you a quick look at this. So if we come on over to the tram depot. Oh, I shouldn't say tram depot. We already have the tram depot. Let's turn the tram depot on. Let's watch our traffic settle down slowly in the background. We went from 90 to 40 to, we'll see what we get back up to by the end of the episode. Tram depot is on. What are we gonna do for tram lines? So coming out of this station, I think we should support. We'll kind of do stops at the major intersections. Because right now that's how people get around anyways, so. Wait, no. How do I want to delete the whole line. Okay. This side, create a new line. Should go to here. And it should not have to run around the neighborhood to do it. I must have gone to the wrong side of the street. These are probably way too close, but that's okay. So we'll come all the way around with this tram line, all the way around the city. And then hook back up here. And then we can also do a very similar route, but kind of connect people on the interiors. We'll do that to complete that line. And now, actually, before I get too far, so a couple ways to get here, but I'm going to hold Y, triangle on PlayStation, go to transport routes, and inspect the line, right? And now we can come up here, and you can change the vehicle count if you want more vehicles on there. But also, check it out. We've got a bunch of new tram options, assuming you have Snowfall DLC. So like what? We go up to 130 on the capacity, 140? Sure. Let's check that out. That's on the pink line, the 140 vehicle. And then let's do the 90. I don't know. And can we change, does changing the color change the color of the trams? I think that it does, so. So let's do orange. And let's do, well, we'll do pink, whatever. Okay, 3 times speed. Whoa. 3 times speed. Let's get a look here, right? At what's happening. Moving some stuff around. So, while traffic is slowly kind of fixing itself, let's, not saving. Again, we're not saving this. But we're going to want to do another tram depot. Where can we get this thing in? It's such a mess. It's so big. We need to find a spot for this. That we don't mind overwriting some stuff, and hopefully something that is near this area. So, can we go right there? It's too big. Will it fit on this? It will fit on this. All right, let's do that. So we've got a tram road set up. We've also created a bunch of stoplights probably in the process. I don't think I've gone back in and cleaned those up. Let's see what we got here. 6-lane road with tram tracks. Okay, we want the 4-lane road with tram tracks. We're gonna start there. I'm gonna upgrade this. We're gonna take this around a bunch of the city. Hey, look, Eden Project. I put it in. So in the last episode, I was like, oh yeah, Eden Project, Eden Project, Eden Project. And then I looked at dropping in. I'm like, I don't really need it. We're high land value and we're not polluting, so let's not do it. Which was just an episode long tease to not drop it in, when the whole intent of this was a futuristic green city. So this may not stay here, but it is going in. It's kind of a placeholder for now. Okay, why did I stop? I'm gonna come all the way down here. I'm gonna upgrade this actually before I forget this side. Roads, trams, upgrade. Hope that we can upgrade all the way around here. Okay, so we've got this tram road that goes all the way around. Now we need to go over to the pedestrian roads. And we were doing cobblestone on this main drag. So is this cobblestone pedestrian street with tram tracks? Cobblestone pedestrian street with bus only lanes. Okay, so this is the one that we're gonna do here, and then we're gonna upgrade this so that we can move trams up and down this huge road. Which, by the way, I don't think I should have two of these giant wide cobbles next to one another, and I do. Show you what I'm talking about in a second. So there's another one of those roads right here, and here, and here. So this one I kind of want to keep. This is like my big open pedestrian plaza area. This is okay. This should have tram service at some point, but let's just move in another tram line for the time being, so that we can see things and see what's happening. So back into tram lines, and let's come out of the station. And I guess we'll stop here. We can stop over here. We can stop in the middle of there. And here. And there. It doesn't really matter. We're gonna not save today's work. At least I hope I remember not to save it. So that's gonna get some trams going. We also definitely introduced a couple traffic lights over here, and I think there's a bunch of traffic lights over on this island that I need to clear up. Oh yeah, for sure. Almost every intersection has one. So let's start there by opening that up. That is only going to help us get traffic off the highway a little easier. There's no way to get from original island to over here. Why? We don't need just right. This is the fire. I was like, do I put the office plaza in here? Sure, yeah, because it's a fire. It'll be funny, and it's the thing that's burning now. Okay, great. We got a little bit of a death wave. Let's go take a look on foot, and better yet, let's go look at day-night cycle, and let's go look at some of these things on foot and kind of see what's what. So. Got to clean up that that terrain. It's really a shame it got a little lumpy. It's really tough to manage. But those are pretty cool. I think these would look really good in kind of a tighter pedestrian area. These skyscrapers are just so huge. You could use them very sparingly. I don't think you need to drop all of them in one tiny little space like I did. Not the most efficient way to do it. I like the, I hope the lights pop really nice at night. It looks like the buildings are pretty lit up. Look both ways before you cross. Don't do what I just did. Unfortunately, so it's some repetition there. That's one of the downsides to console, I guess. You lock different buildings in. So like if you come in here, right, and you like one of these buildings, they're going to change appearance when they upgrade. But like maybe come in here, inspector tool, make it historical, and that prevents that building from changing appearance when it upgrades. Also prevents you from bulldozing it easily. So Then again, we're not going to bulldoze this. We're going to load the save game up and do that. Whew. Whew. Traffic may actually be worse. So here's the thing. Don't drop every single DLC unique and make tourism happen like that without a network supporting what's about to happen. Did I do the big tram on here? So that's the high capacity tram. Let's wait, hold on. Pause. Inspect on. And follow. And free cam. And play. We'll see. We'll see what it does. That's a cool looking building. I like that. I might have to swing the camera around a little bit. We've got traffic lights and stuff that don't need to be here on this main street. I mean, traffic's moving in the city area just fine. That's okay. You can cut right through. Totally fine. That's why it's there. So, sorry, it's not the prettiest. It's not the prettiest drive right now. Need a little bit of work over here, or some trees to cover up that little mess. I'm really excited to see these at night, actually. One I was gonna say, what do these things look like lit up at night? And apparently they look pretty bright. Holy cow. Look at that. Look at that pink pop. Oh my goodness, bring some color to your cities, right? Check that out. Like, look at our main original island. What stands out? 4-lane roads, baseball stadium. The cathedral's very bright, but the collider stands out for sure because it's got a very different color pop to those lights. Look at what you could do with like a Chinatown. Is there a Koreatown in cities that I don't know about? A Koreatown. But like, look at the difference in the color. And even I'm kind of impressed how it cascades light onto the surrounding skyscrapers. Maybe it's a bit much, but it kind of makes sense. And I absolutely love it. So we will definitely carve out a little spot where that can all be, live kind of next to one another. Let's do some cinematics. We didn't check out the residential options for the Korea pack, but there is low density residential, very different look and feel. I mean, should I talk about it and not do it? Like, what am I doing? Do I have any residential demand? Not yet. Can we move? Can we like move some people out? What do we do? What do we do? Where do we put this? And do we even have any demand for it? I guess we can just slap it right in here. It's fine. The district style is already set, right? So if we move a couple people in, these do not belong here, okay? For sure they do not belong here. But we'll get a sense for what some of these look like. We'll fill in for office demand so that moves some people in, and then we'll need some residents. That should climb back up. We'll give that a second. We'll get some cinematics. And again, if you want to get the Heart of Korea Content Creator Pack, which has the high density commercial and low density residential, plus a bunch of uniques. Skyscrapers is all about the uniques, and that has a ton of them. And then 2 radio stations. Again, the 80s pop, no, K-pop and 80s downtown radio, downtown groove. The 2 radio stations, you can get them all 3 for $12, or get them individually. Again, they are less expensive than your traditional DLC because there's not quite as much content behind them. But hopefully this gave you kind of an idea of just what these DLCs are all about. They're mini DLCs, right? If you want to add a little spice to your city, this might be a great way to do it. Especially if you're on console and you don't have mods. Hey, DLC is our mods. I say it all the time. Unfortunately, you got to pay for them. But whether or not that's worth it, please disregard the traffic. We're not leaving it like this. This is not set up correctly. This is not an example of how to do this right. In fact, it's a very good example of how to do it wrong. We're not going to fix this. We're going to reset it. And we'll try and set up some better networks before we introduce all that traffic onto the other island. It's just going to show traffic. It's not going to show. It's not going to show me any of the buildings that I want to see. Stay tuned, right? I'm going to add this in a little bit more sensically in an upcoming episode. We've got this cool little framework built out for that second area, and we will definitely drop some of this in, not all of it at once like that. But I'll be building onto the city that you see on screen is called Greenwood. It's my latest Let's Play. Follow the channel to check this out. It's a futuristic build. It's supposed to be very walkable. Started it right before the Plazas and Promenades DLC, conveniently. Whatever this map needs, hopefully you got what you needed out of today's video. You have a better idea of what the DLCs and content creator packs are all about. Let me know if you have questions in the comments down below. Stay tuned. I don't know, maybe a live stream tonight to do this right, or soon, certainly. It depends. But there definitely will be more content on the channel coming soon. And of course, next month, more DLC. So, man, we got a lot of work to do. That one has brand new map packs and stuff. 10 new maps, I believe, is part of that. So that'll be a new build for sure. May as well start from scratch with given all the new options. But yeah, let's reload the last save and take a more careful approach so we don't end up with problems like this. Tune in for that. There'll be some troubleshooting. There'll be some stuff that I skip and build in the background, but hopefully it's all worth it. Gives you a good idea, some inspiration, some ideas, and of course an understanding of what this new DLC is all about and whether or not it's worth it to you. So let me know what you think. You're gonna be picking these up? Are you all about mods? Are you all about vanilla? You know, if you're like me, I mean, you have all the stuff and then you can't decide how to put it all together. Let me know what problem is yours in the comments down below. We'll see you in the next one. Until then, like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Move the mouse. Signing off.